missing out on some local news? Well, Facebook and Instagram have blocked Canadian news in response to new government legislation. What it means is it's harder for you to access important news in Canada and about your community. To make sure you're not missing out on the news you need, go to globalnews.ca and sign up to get news alerts delivered directly to you. You deserve to be in the know.
BC Ferries will be busy this holiday season. If reservations are sold out, consider early morning or late night sailings or book in advance as a foot passenger to avoid waits. Parking lots will fill up quickly. Consider public transit options. Check current conditions at bcferries.com.
And then उस volume adjust कर लियो, so it's like a little bit quieter than this, है ना? पर जितना कल सीखा ठीक सीखा. Was it very sensitive? Waheguru Sahib Ji. Mook uchre sastra khat, ping giran chad jaye. And lakhe badro sune, jo kaal kripa karaye. Kahan buddh prabh tuchh hamari, बरन सके महिमा जो तिहारी. हम न सकत कर सिफत तुम्हारी, आप ले हो तुम कथा सुधारी. हम न सकत कर सिफत तुम्हारी, आप ले हो तुम कथा सुधारी. गुरु रूप गुरु प्यारी साध संगत जी, बहुत ही प्यार ਅਤੇ ਸਤਿਕਾਰ ਨਾਲ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਕੱਲ ਵੀ ਅਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਨਾਲ ਆ ਕੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਦੀਦਾਰੇ ਬਖਸ਼ੇ. ਕੱਲ ਦੇ ਦਿਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਕਥਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਰਵਣ ਕੀਤੀ. Yesterday with a lot of love and pyar we were able to sit down and listen to Katha of the Sahibzade. We will continue that prasang today. ਉਹ ਪ੍ਰਸੰਗ ਆਪਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਅੱਗੇ ਤੋਰਾਂਗੇ, ਪਰ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਵਿਚਾਰਾਂ ਆਰੰਭ ਕਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਵਰਸਾਈ ਹੋਈ ਬਖਸ਼ੀ ਹੋਈ ਫਤਿਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੱਜ ਵੱਜ ਕੇ ਇਸ ਫਤਿਹ ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਉਣੀ ਹੈ. ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਨੀ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਰਸਨਾ ਵਾਂਝੀ ਨਾ ਰਵੇ. ਗੱਜ ਕੇ ਫਤਿਹ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. ਇੱਕ ਮਾਹੌਲ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੱਲ ਵੀ ਦੋ ਕੁ ਪੰਗਤੀਆਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਭਿੱਜ ਕੇ ਗਾਈਆਂ ਸੀ, ਉਹੀ ਆਸ ਉਹੀ ਟਿਕਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਕਮਲਾਂ ਦਾ ਓਟ ਆਸਰਾ ਲੈ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਗਾਉਣ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਨੀ ਆ. Just like we did yesterday, we sang the beautiful ਪੰਗਤੀਆਂ of Guru Sahib ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ. ਮੈਂ ਮਨ ਤੇਰੀ ਟੇਕ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਿਆਰੇ, ਮੈਂ ਮਨ ਤੇਰੀ ਟੇਕ. Then Maharaj, I have no other support in this world other than you. If I place my hopes in something else, my hopes for sure will falter. If I place my hopes in the truth, then the truth will remain. Maybe I will be absorbed. Satgur hoye dayal ta sach samaiye. Then maybe if Maharaj, you are merciful upon me, then I will merge into you. But if I place my hopes in the false, the dunya muqam mein fani tahqiq dil dani, if I look upon this world and I grab onto that as support, then oh to tutna hi hai, that will fall for sure. And in the same way we will fall with it. Our hearts will break. Whether we are young at the age of 5 years old like Tan Baba Fateh Singh ji, or whether you be at the age of 120 plus like Baba Buddha ji, that aas, that truth that remains deep within you is beyond just these physical elements. And you will realize that as you dive in deeper and deeper into this Bani, into this conversation with the Guru Sahib Sache Pacha. So, ek rasna de upar, oh ek kalli ardas nahi. It's not just ardas on your tongue. It's something that you begin to walk and you begin to live. As you recite it, one day you become it. As you ask for it, so you receive. As you look towards, you will adopt and you will become. If you look upon Baba Fateh Singh Ji, Baba Ajit Singh Ji, Sahibzade, Guru Sahib, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਅੰਦਰੋਂ ਚਾਹ ਪੈਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ. There's a love, a welling, a blossoming that comes up inside. ਕੱਲ ਦੇ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਸਰਵਣ ਕੀਤਾ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ. ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਰਦਿਆਂ ਹੋਇਆਂ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰਸੰਗ ਜਿੱਥੇ 5 ਪੋਹ ਨੂੰ ਅਨੰਦਪੁਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਮਤਾ ਪਕਾਇਆ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਅਨੰਦਪੁਰ ਦਾ ਕਿਲਾ ਛੱਡਣਾ. 6 ਪੋਹ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਲਾ ਛੱਡਿਆ ਗਿਆ on the 6th of Poh. That is when Sarsa Nadi Vichoda happened. I want to highlight this to you because it all happened within just 7-8 days. That's about it. Hafte vich. On the 6th, Sarsa Nadi Vichoda happened. On the 7th, Mata Gujari ji and the Sahibzade are going one way, and Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj and the Singhs are going another way. 8 ਪੋਹ ਨੂੰ ਚਮਕੌਰ ਦੀ ਗੜੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੱਡੇ ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀਆਂ ਪਾਈਆਂ. On the 8th of Poh. On the 13th of Poh, the ਛੋਟੇ ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦੇ attained ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ in Sarhand. Not many days apart. How many weeks go by? How many weeks have gone by in our life? ਕਿੰਨੇ ਹਫ਼ਤੇ? ਸਾਲ ਵਿੱਚ 52 ਹਫ਼ਤੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ. There's about 52 weeks. Every Sunday comes and goes. Every Monday comes and goes. And in that same amount of time, sitting in the golden Anandapur Sahib, Kira pe aaya, and from there, all of the Sahibzade have become shaheed in that time. Time goes by like this. Hum aadmi ha ekdami. Don't ever feel that your breath is promised. ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਨਾ I am real, I am true, and I can live forever. And that's where your want sits in. This is where you begin to desire. But if you know that death is on top of your head at every moment, if you know that death is on top of your head at every moment, how can you forget the Creator? How can you forget Paramatma? There's a small story I want to share before we sing, before we go into the prasang. The small story is of Raja Janak. I want to highlight to you why remembering death. Why do we share Shaheed Di Sake? Why do we remember the Sahibzade? Why can't you put up a Christmas tree and go and get gifts? आज ਦੇ ਦਿਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਉਂ ਕੱਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਠੰਡੇ ਬੁਰਜ ਦਾ ਉਸ ਰਾਤਾਂ ਦਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰਾ ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਕੀਤਾ. You know now. ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੱਲ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਸਕੇ ਨਾ, I do this ਬੇਨਤੀ to go and listen to maybe the recordings ਜਾਂ ਕੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪ ਪ੍ਰਸੰਗ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਪੜੋ. Listen to it, dive deeper into it. Raja Janak was known to be a great king. There was a yogi. He traveled far and wide. He wanted to know, how can I focus on the Creator? ਮੈਂ ਧਿਆਨ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਲਾ ਸਕਦਾ? How can I forget the world and focus on Paramatma? Why can my mind not focus? This is a question we all ask. ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿ ਮੇਰਾ ਮਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਟਿਕਦਾ, ਧਿਆਨ ਕਾ ਤੋਂ ਇੱਧਰ ਉੱਧਰ ਖਿੰਡਦਾ ਆ. ਉਹ ਜਿਗਿਆਸੂ ਜਾਂਦਾ, he went all over the land, met many people, they all guided him towards, and they said, Raja Janak ਨੂੰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਮਿਲੋ. Go and meet this king. He is a great spiritual teacher. This seeker, he went from east to west, arrived all the way to Raja Janak, ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਰਾਜਾ ਜਨਕ ਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਵਾਲ ਦਾ ਜਵਾਬ ਦੱਸੋ. Tell me, how can I focus my mind? Raja Janak says, ਏਦਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਇੰਨੀ ਛੇਤੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਵਾਬ ਮਿਲਦੇ. You get tested upon it. You will get tested upon receiving this answer. We don't give out jewels for free. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ what should I do then? What do you need to do? I want you to go and enjoy the beautiful city that I have first. But I need you to test. I want you to test something. I want you to do something for me. Ki kara? Raja Janak ji gave him a little cup, filled it to the brim with oil. Teel de naal pure upar tak bhar ditta. Kinare tak. A small little cup filled with oil. And he said, you need to carry this and walk all around the entire city without a single drop spilling over. You, tusi sarin, you probably held a glass of water. You've probably taken a glass of dud to someone. And if the drop of water falls over, it means you've lost concentration. The seeker says, I will try my best. Satvachanji, I will try my best to take this cup all around the city. As he takes this cup all around the city, Raja Janakji says, but there's one condition. There will be a soldier behind you. Nangi talwar la ke nachda hoga. A soldier will stand behind you and spin his kirpan with a naked kirpan. And as soon as one drop falls over, he will chop your head off. Person says, hold on, what did I agree to here? But he agreed, he wanted the answer, he was desperate. It's not as simple as sitting in your comfort and blankets and saying, yes, I heard Kanyantiki Valo Nikki, yet I'll just practice that on my video games instead. I'm not going to actually walk this path. The discipline, no, we don't do that. The seeker walks around, knows that the naked sword is dancing around. There's a great festival that's taking place. There are beautiful colors. Rang sitte ja rahe hai. Naach ho rahe, gaane chal rahe hai, patake chal rahe hai. There are fireworks happening. There are dancers. There's a circus going on. There are beautiful colors. There are singers. People are spreading sweets to each other. There are animals everywhere. Beautiful colors, things that you would love to see. The Jigyasu focused on the cup and he walked all the way around the city, arrived back to the kingdom, back to the palace and said, Rajaji, look, here's the cup. Not a single drop of water fell. Now, mere sawal da jawab do. Tell me the answer to my question. How can I focus? And Raja Janak says, "Ye baad chon dasde hain, pehlo mainu eh das mera shehar kiddan vadiya laga? Did you like my city? Rang sone lage? Tamashe sone lage? Did you enjoy the colors? Did you enjoy the sweets? Did you enjoy the delicacies and the pleasures that were there to view and see?" And the seeker said, "Kithon dekhna si, nangi talwar mainu dikhdi sigi. I wasn't able to see the city. Mainu na koi rang tamashe haase dikhe. I wasn't able to see the pleasures. I wasn't able to indulge on them, let alone even taste anything. All I saw was the naked talwar dancing around me." And this is what Raja Janak ji is teaching us. Sanu Gurbani vich farmaaniya, Kabir kaal karanta abhay kar, ab karta soital, pache kachu na hoega, jo sir par aave kaal. Because death is upon your head at every moment. You don't know. So aave ke na aave Ram. You don't even know if the next breath is going to come out or it isn't. What guarantees your next breath? Chalo, here we're just talking about a week. 13 ਪੋਹ ਨੂੰ ਛੋਟੇ ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦੇ ਨੇ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਪਾਈ. ਪਿਛਲੇ ਦਿਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕੀਤੀ. Yesterday we talked about those nights when Baba Fateh Singh ji is asking, भाई भी हमको भूल गए शौक जंग में, अपना ख्याल नहीं करते zauq तुफंग में, कि ਵੱਡੇ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਵੱਡੇ ਭਰਾਵਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਨਾ ਜੰਗ ਦਾ ਸ਼ੌਕ ਹੈ, ਸਾਡੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਭੁੱਲ ਹੀ ਗਏ. ਪਿਤਾ ਜੀ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਆਓ? Where are the Lashkar Mahi? Where is everybody? Why are we alone in the dark? As they go on this mule, as they get to Kumme Mashki di Chuggi, as they go to Khedi Pend with Gangu, as Gangu steals the gold and sends them all the way to Sarhan, then Janni Shah and Mani Khan go and take them there. When they arrive, Wazir Khan pulls them into the court, Galla Bata Chal Diyan. He is relieved to see small little children, says, we don't need to do anything to them. Go and test them. Ye pyareo apan sara prasang kal sarvan kita. Baba Fateh Singh ji, Baba Zorawar Singh ji, Othe, as they're being tested, their faith is being asked. Every moment, every breath, we face a decision as well. Even now, you have a choice. Ki main Paramatma wal dhyan lawa ki na lawa. You have a choice now to sit and focus on Guru Sahib ji, to take something out of this, or you can choose not to. Thodi marji hai. Every time you wake up, You have that choice. That do you want to break through and rip through the blanket that Kaljug puts on you at Amrit Vela? To say, Simran karan ja neend de vich sutta jawa? Should I stay asleep? And that moment, that choice is focused when you know the value of every breath. So where do you place the hopes of that breath? मैं मन तेरी टेक मेरे प्यारे, मैं मन तेरी टेक. And if you find that, करवत भला ना करवट तेरी ला गले सुन बेनती मेरी, जो अंग चीरे, even if you cut my body, अंग ना मोरो, I will not. जो तन चीरे अंग ना मोरो, even if you cut my body apart, I will not flinch, I will not move. प्यारो सच्ची गल है, प्रसंग आपां सरवण करन जा रहे हैं. ਨੀਹਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਚਿਣੇ ਗਏ ਤਸੀਹੇ ਝੱਲੇ ਛੋਟੇ ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦਿਆਂ ਨੇ 5 ਤੇ 7 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਉਮਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਸੀਨਾ ਉਚਰੀ. They did not even cry out. Baba Fateh Singh ji never cried out and said, "Hey, this hurts. Baba Zorawar Singh, I can't handle this anymore." They weren't doing that. They weren't crying in pain. They're saying, "Mata ji, please save us." So what avastha is this? कल जिक्र कीता बैर बढ़ाए लड़ाए सुरासुर आपे बैठत आपे देखत बैठ तमाशा. महाराज तुसी कहो जी रचना रची हुई है. We don't know what to cry or happy, or we don't know what to do while we know this prasang 25 साल हो गए या 30 साल हो गए अपन प्रसंग सुनते आ रहे हैं. But to live it every moment. Live in the Thanda Burj in these days of Poh. That is what bliss is. That is laid down in the Thanda Burj with Baba Fateh Singh ji. When the world asks a question to you, stand up like Baba Fateh Singh ji and give the jawab. Give the answer. Tell them who you are. When they asked, who are you? These guys are kids. Ye to bacche ne. They said, no, you don't know who we are. Asi Guru Arjan Dev ji santan ya. We are the lineage of Guru Arjan Dev ji. Asi Guru Tegh Bahadur ji de potre ya. ਅਸੀਂ ਕਲਗੀਧਰ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਲਾਲ ਹਾਂ. This is who we are, and they kept on saying this again and again and again. The world nowadays is going through everything. They're trying to identify as whatever they want. Can you identify as a Guru da Sikh? At least? Can you say to the Guru, Maharaj, if I make myself yours, will you make you mine? ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਸਾਡੀ ਇਹ ਪੁਰਾਣੀਆਂ ਮਰਿਆਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਲਿਖਦੀਆਂ ਆ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਕਿਤੇ ਗਲਤੀ ਕਰਕੇ ਨਾ, if a Guru da Sikh makes a mistake in his life, and yet he has at one point in his life made a promise to Guru Sahib Sache Paatshah, Maharaj मैं ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਕੂੰਗਾ, I give my head to you, but we don't know what's going on in our mind. We might make mistakes, but Guru Kalgidhar Paatshah loves this case so much, loves this hair so much. Guru Kalgidhar Paatshah ji said, मैं अपने सिख ਦੇ ਕੇਸਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਨਾ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਕਰਦਾ ਨਾ ਜੀ ਕਿ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਕਿਤੇ ਗਲਤੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਟੇਡੀਆਂ ਮੇਡੀਆਂ ਜੂਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੈ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਤੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਡੂੰਘੇ ਨਰਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਡੁੱਬਦਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਨਾ, I will go and grab my Sikh, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੇਸਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਫੜ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਗਲਵੱਕੜੀ ਨਾਲ ਲਾਉਂਗਾ. I will hug and embrace that Gursikh. The case, this is known to be Guru di Mohr. It's a stamp. A mohr means a stamp. How can you identify, how can you stamp yourself to say, Maharaj, I'm yours? You go to work, they throw a badge on your uniform. You play any sports team, they throw a badge on your jersey. You live in a country, they stamp your passport to say you're part of this country now. What do you have in this world that says, Maharaj, main tera haan, main duniya de nahi hai? You have everything. You all have a passport. You all have a sports jersey. You all have an address on your house. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਘਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਸਟੈਂਪ ਲੱਗਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਘਰ ਦਾ ਆ ਨੰਬਰ ਆ. What is your more to say, Maharaj, ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਆ? This is what you have. Your case is that more. To show, Maharaj, I only have this support on you. So ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, ਰਸਨਾ ਭੇਜ ਕੇ ਗਾਉਣਾ ਮੇਰੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਹੈ. If you just sing casually, let the other people sing. I'm too cool to sing. then Maharaj might say, you're too cool for me then as well. We don't need you anymore. Sing with the rasna. Netar band karo, sit with your back straight. Hold your hands. मैं मन तेरी टेक मेरे प्यारे, मैं मन तेरी टेक, मैं मन तेरी टेक मेरे प्यारे, मैं मन तेरी, मैं मन तेरी टेक मेरे प्यारे, मैं मन तेरी टेक, मैं मन तेरी टेक मेरे प्यारे, मैं मन तेरी। अवर सियाणपा बिरथियां प्यारे, अवर से अवर सियाणपा बिरथियां प्यारे, अवर सियाणपा राखण को तुम एक, राखण को तुम एक, मैं मन तेरी टेक मेरे प्यारे, मैं मन तेरी टेक, मैं मन तेरी टेक मेरे प्यारे, मैं मन तेरी टेक, मैं मन तेरी टेक मेरे प्यारे, मैं मन तेरी टेक। When you are in the lowest points of your life, sing this to yourself. Put yourself to sleep singing this. Build this relationship with Maharaj. Casually, go to your Guru's house. You don't need to come to the Gurdwara just because there's a guest speaker. Just because there's a program. ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇਦਾਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਨਜ਼ਦੀਕ ਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਮਤਲਬ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਘਰੇ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ। You're sitting at home, bored, don't know what to do. ਜਾ ਕੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਾਓ। Have this relationship, place your support. You only don't. What type of rishtedar is that? What type of friend is that only meets you when they need something? Would you only go to the Guru Maharaj? Oh, I didn't need you last year, I need you this year. ਪਿਛਲੇ ਸਾਲ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਈ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗੇ ਹੋਣੇ ਆ। ਨਹੀਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਦਿਨ ਰਾਤ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਹੋਵੇ ਨਾ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਉੱਥੇ ਮਰਿਆਦਾ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਗਾਹ ਲੰਘ ਜਾਈਦਾ। There's no boundaries, no social customs. ਸੰਸਾਰ ਕਹੂਗਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਰੋਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਘਰੇ ਜਾਈਦਾ। ਜਿੱਥੇ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਨੇ ਦਿਨ ਰਾਤ ਉੱਥੇ ਰਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। We stay there day and night. We love, we listen to the ਇਤਿਹਾਸ. We'll talk about these 5-year-olds. Baba Fateh Singh ji. We talk about Prahlad, nahi chodon re Baba Ram. Now I will never let go of your name, regardless of what happens. ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਸੁਰਤੀਆਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਤੱਕ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਈਏ। Yes, those conversations have taken place. They've arrived at Sarhand. As they arrive in Sarhand, they are taken into Wazir Khan's court. The next day after, ਜਦੋਂ ਠੰਡੇ ਬੁਰਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਰੀ ਰਾਤ ਉੱਥੇ ਕੱਢੀ। And I explained this. ਉਹਦੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਕਥਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਕਿ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਠੰਡ ਸੀਗੀ। What cold actually means. How your body shakes, how many days they haven't eaten. They walked in, they put their feet front, and there was a person by the name of Suchanand, ਉਹਦੀ ਵੀ ਕਥਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੱਲ ਸਰਵਣ ਕੀਤੀ। He had this ego, he had this chugli that he wanted to put inside of the mind of Wazir Khan. First Wazir Khan steps back. ਭੋਲੇ ਭਾਲੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਸੋਚ ਰਿਹਾ ਆ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਤਸੀਹੇ ਦੇਣੇ। He says to the Qazi, He says, can we even give them a saja? The Qazi says, according to my law, he says, I'm not allowed to punish the innocent child. Pyare, I want to highlight this. The Qazi says, according to my law, ਧਰਮ ਦੇ ਅਸੂਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਬੇਗੁਨਾਹ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹਾ ਤਸੀਹਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ। ਸੇਵਾਦਾਰੋਂ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਅੱਗੇ ਨੂੰ ਹੋ ਜਾ। What we are highlighting here today is not against a specific dharma. Because the dharma is saying this is not possible. This is against the injustice. And under Mandivich, where did the Chugli enter? We already talked about the Chitaraiya that Gangu had. Gangu threw in his greed. Par had aake, had ne sab kuch oda chakar bar ujad ke rakh ditta. The flood came and destroyed his entire house. Now, Sucha Nand, ਜਿਹਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਨੇ ਝੂਠਾ ਨੰਦ ਹੁਣ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਆ. We don't call him Sucha, because Sucha ਤਾਂ ਹੈ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗਾ ਨਾ. He wasn't actually pure. ਜੇ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਸੁਣੋ, they always referring to him as ਝੂਠਾ ਨੰਦ. Because he was false. He had kapat vikar inside of him. Maharaj ਨੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਬੇਟੀ ਦਾ ਰਿਸ਼ਤਾ ਮੋੜਿਆ, and he was hurt. His ego was hurt after that. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਇਆ. नन्हे से बच्चे तुम मत जानो. Don't consider these little kids just like नन्हे मुन्ने बच्चे, because Wazir Khan was actually stepping back. The बच्चे, little children, their innocence. हले ते बच्चे 5 साल दे बच्चे दे भी थोड़ी गोल मटोल जा मुंह हुंदा है. It's a sweet innocent look. The eyes don't know what's going on. Baba Fateh Singh is in such a wondrous state, looking at everything. Suchanand, he looks and he says, don't consider them nanne se bacche tum mat jano. Don't consider them to be just like bacche. Because why? There's a saying in Farsi. There's a saying in Farsi that says, if you kill a snake and you find its children in its nest, don't feel sorry for the snake child. Don't feel sorry for the baby snake and say, oh, don't worry, chalo, I killed the adult snake. ਵੱਡੇ ਸੱਪ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਮਾਰਤਾ ਤਾਂ ਆ ਛੋਟੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰੇ ਲੈ ਆ. There's a Farsi saying that you never take care and bring into your home a baby snake just because you feel sorry for it, because it too will grow up one day and it will do the same thing that the adult snake did, meaning kill you. It is harmful for you. That makes sense. And Suchanand is saying, Wazir Khan kite tars na kha le. Don't feel sorry for these kids. Don't be fooled by their innocent little look. Don't be fooled by their sweet words. Don't be fooled by their courage. No. They will grow up and they will be just like what their father did. And they asked him, Swal bhi puche. They said, what will you do if we let you live, if we let you free? If we let you out? They said, ਅਸੀਂ ਜੰਗਲਾਂ 'ਚ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ. We will go into the jungles. ਅੱਛਾ ਜੰਗਲਾਂ 'ਚ ਕੀ ਕਰੋਗੇ? ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ. ਦਲ ਤਿਆਰ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ. We will get the ਫੌਜਾਂ together. What will you do with the ਫੌਜਾਂ? We will gather, we will grow an army. We'll gather horses. We'll gather shastars. What will you do with those shastars? They said, ਵਜ਼ੀਰ ਖਾਨ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਫੇਰ ਟੱਕਰਾ ਲਾਵਾਂਗੇ. ਆਖੋ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ. ਅੱਛਾ ਜੇ ਫੇਰ ਹਾਰ ਗਏ, ਜੇ ਫੇਰ ਫੜੇ ਗਏ, what if we catch you again? ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਫੇਰ ਜੰਗਲਾਂ 'ਚ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ. What will you do in the jungles again? We will grab shastars. We will gather the armies. We will get stronger. We will read Gurbani. And ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਆ ਕੇ ਫੇਰ ਟੱਕਰਾ ਲਾਵਾਂਗੇ. We will fight you again. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਚਿਰ ਲੜਦੇ ਰਵਾਂਗੇ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਚਿਰ ਸੱਚ ਦੀ ਜਿੱਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਤੇ ਝੂਠ ਹਾਰਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ. Until the truth is victorious, until your tyrant rule is destroyed. And that was the drop that Suchanand needed. ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਕੱਲ ਮੈਂ ਬਚਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ, Suchanand had already tested him. Suchanand had already tested ਕਿ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਆ ਨਾ, no, let's go and see what they're going to do. He set up small little carts because the court had already said, we have to release the kids. ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੱਢ ਦਿਓ, they're free to go. ਸੁੱਚਾ ਨੰਦ set up small stalls. ਇੱਕ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਕੀ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਸੀ? ਮਠਿਆਈਆਂ. ਇੱਕ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ toys, ਖਿਡੌਣੇ. ਇੱਕ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਰੱਖੇ ਸੀ ਸ਼ਸਤਰ. ਕੋਈ ਬੱਚੇ ਆ, ਕਿੰਨੇ ਦਿਨ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੁਝ ਛਕਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ, ਕੁਝ ਖਾਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ. ਖਿਡੌਣਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਜੇ ਇਹ ਬੱਚੇ ਖਿਡੌਣਿਆਂ ਵੱਲ ਜਾਣਗੇ, ਜੇ ਇਹ ਬੱਚੇ ਮਠਿਆਈਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਚੱਕਣਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਬਾਲਕ ਨੇ, ਤੇ ਜੇ ਸ਼ਸਤਰ ਵੱਲ ਹੱਥ ਪਾਇਆ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਬਾਗੀ ਨੇ. then they are rebels then. ਜਾਂਦਿਆਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਕੇ ਲਾਲਾ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕੀਤਾ? as soon as they arrived, they walked right past the mithaiya. They walked right past the toys. Baba Fateh Singh ji picked up a bow and arrow. Baba Zorawar Singh picked up a kirpan. In the other hand, they picked up a dunali. Dunali is another name for a gun with 2 barrels. A double barrel gun. Picked up a sword. Baba Fateh Singh is shooting the arrows. Baba Zorawar Singh is collecting them. And says, Baba Fateh Singh, fair kiddo. Shoot again. Shoot to the left this time. They went back to Mata Gujari ji. And they said, Mata ji, assi ta badiyan khedan khed ke aaye hain. We had so much fun today. Dadi ji kende, galwakdi naal la ke. What happened? Tell me exactly what they said. Kite mere laal dole ta nahi? Did you get scared? Kende nahi ma, thonu nahi pata. Thonu nahi pata sade dada ji kaun hai? Do you not know Guru Tegh Bahadur Maharaj ji is our dada ji? Do you not know who our father is? We are the sons of Guru Gobind Singh ji Maharaj. Mata ji. Do you know who Guru Arjan Dev ji was? Do you know who we are, Mata ji? Guru ta sade ang sang hai. Guru Sahib is with us. Why would we ever get scared? You think words will scare a child, but pyareo, ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਇਹ ਨੀਅਤ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਨਾ ਕਿ these kids are buggy, we need somebody, we need to give them punishment. They announced in the court that is there somebody that's willing to take these children and willing to do something with them. They said, they called somebody by the name of Sher Muhammad Khan. He was the Nawab of Maler Kotla. Called him and they said, your brother was killed in battle by Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. Your brother was slain. Guru Gobind Singh Ji themselves with their own karpan cut the head off of your brother. Tu badla lena chahna? Do you want to take revenge? Pyareo, meri benti hai, be very careful of who you listen to, what you listen to. You can have somebody like Chutanand, Suchanand, speaking in your ear to say, tu ki gurbani padni hai. Why do you want here try some drugs? Why do you want to go to the Gurdwara? Let's go have some fun somewhere else. You don't want that chugli in your ear. Par ninda, hon te skol kamaya, par ninda sun aap hatawe, Bhai Gurdas ji says. Kai wari aapa na nindya vichon sanu ras bada milda, and our mind is saying that nahi main nindya nahi karni, I'm not doing nindya. Yet we sit down and we're listening to it all and we're absorbing it all. And that is still affecting your mind. What is in your ear? And you might say, I didn't listen to anything, but what did you do 3 hours scrolling at night on Instagram? What is feeding your mind? And I've shared this story before. What you look at, that is what you adopt and you become. I knew a Panji who, when one day ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੈਠੇ ਨਾ, ਉਹ ਸਵਾਲ ਪੁੱਛ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਭਾਜੀ ਮਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਟਿਕਦਾ, I can't focus, I can't do anything, I'm not able to put my dhyan upon Guru Sahib ji. And when I do my nitnem, I don't know, there's just something, my mind gets distracted. I said, अच्छा गलबात करते हैं, चलो. We got busy having this conversation. And I said, chalo, we'll speak about it after. ਨਾਲ ਚਲੋ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਸੀਗੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਾਤਾ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਕਮਰੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਓ ਨਾ, ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਪਈ ਆ ਉਹ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਓ. I went into the kamra and I found out that was that Panji's kamra. I walked into the kamra. She was 14, 15 years old at the time. It's an old story. I walked in and the first thing I saw, I said, Sache Pacha, what is this in front? Right in front of her bed, jithe swer nu uthdi a massive life-size poster of Justin Bieber. Life-size poster. So main socha, acha, when she reads her Sola Sahib at the end of the night, saun to pehla, Sola Sahib pad ke she says, Moko kar santan ki ture. She says, make me the dust of the saints, and guess who's in front of him? And then she wakes up. ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਿਹਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ? She wakes up, ਚਲੋ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਉੱਠ ਕੇ ਅੱਜ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੇਲੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਨੇ, ਤੇ ਕਿਹਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ? This is a reality. What are you looking at with your eyes? What are your friends showing you? Do you think Baba Fateh Singh ji looked up and looked at the latest singer at the time? Oh, koi nahi, Sunday nu apan chalo Gurbani batheri pad liya, let's go have some fun now. Baba Fateh Singh ji knew dridta andar. What is in your ear? Benti kar rahe si Maler Kotla there. He was able to withstand that. That's why Sikhan de vich us Maler Kotle de Nawab de aj vi satkar hai di. They respect him. Why? Because he said no. He proved he was a true warrior. Jo Gurbani vich bachan aunde hai, je sakta sakte ko mare taman ros na hoi. If somebody that's powerful, a great warrior, fights against another warrior in the battlefield, then why would you be angry? It's like a great strong wrestler is fighting another wrestler. A great warrior is on the battlefield fulfilling their dharma of being a warrior. Phir thodi ros hona. Par je koi surveer apne aap nu kahaun wala 5 saal de bacche upar hath chukke towards somebody that's innocent, towards somebody that is unarmed, that has no shastra on them, somebody that's old and crippled. Can you call themselves that person, walk around and say, I'm a great warrior, I slayed 5 people? He said they were all kids. Then there is Ros there. Maler Kotla said, my battle is with Guru Kalgitar Pacha, is with Guru Gobind Singh Ji, their father. Not with the kids. This goes against my dharma. He stood up and he raised his voice loud and he walked out. Till today, Gursikhs respect him to say, at least he knew how to choose his battles. Yes, he was battling Guru Gobind Singh Ji, but he proved that he was a true warrior. But Wazir Khan, Suchanand on the other hand, what were they doing? Where was their compassion? Where was their prem on the inside? It was completely lost. When they said, chalo, he will not do it, they asked the Qazi to now give a fatwa, not on the basis of children, but on the basis that these kids will also grow up and they will become the Baghi, do it as if they are older already. They've already proved that they said that they will come attack. It's a threat. Do it on the basis that they threatened the Hukumat. Qazi said that they will be bricked alive. But before they bricked them alive, pyareo, unhonu kai prakar de tasiyeh ditte gaye. All they needed to do, they said, just say that you are not a Sikh. Just say that you're willing, able to submit and do salam to the Nawab. That's all they had to say, pyareo. Kuch dhyan nal sunio. I want you to visualize yourself in these positions. Sab to pehla Sahibzadiyan de chole la ke, their chole were taken off. And ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਿੱਠਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਖਮਚੀਆਂ ਮਾਰੀਆਂ ਗਈਆਂ. ਖਮਚੀਆਂ, for those kids ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ, they are metal wires. They're whips, metal whips. And they have spikes on them. Chote Sahibzade, their chole are taken off. And on their back they are whipped. Over and over and over again. But the Chote Sahibzade, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਿਰਫ ਉਹੀ ਦ੍ਰਿੜਤਾ. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ. Waheguru, Waheguru. As they get beat, that is one form of torture that is given. All these things, ye pyareo sada itihas writes all of these. There was a Sikh, Duna Singh Handuria, that was around that area and watched all of these things happen with Mata Gujari ji. He writes this in a Granth. That is one of the oldest sources of where this history comes from of the Chote Sahibzade. They were whipped with khamtiyan. Blood and spikes are hitting their back and their backs are torn. They put the chole upon them and they send them back to Mata Gujari ji. Mata Gujari ji sees ki hal banaya. She hugs them close and she says, Mere lal dolana nahi. When they realized that they were getting power from this, ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਲਿਖਦਾ for long periods of time they were separated from ਮਾਤਾ ਗੁਜਰੀ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮਾਤਾ ਉਹ ਨਾ ਨਿਆਣਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਦ੍ਰਿੜਤਾ ਜਿਆਦੀ ਭਰਦੀ ਆ separate them don't let them see them for a while they whipped them ਫਿਰ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਛੋਟੇ ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਿੱਛੋਂ ਬੰਨ ਕੇ they were tied up against a tree ਦਰਖਤ ਨਾਲ ਬੰਨਿਆ ਗਿਆ they were tied up against a tree then they were taking slingshots and they flung rocks and pebbles at the Shote Sahibzade. They're throwing slingshots and the Shote Sahibzade, 5 and 7 years old, are tied up and they have slingshots hitting them. Koi shati te vaj rahi hai. Koi mode te vaj rahi, koi gode te vaj rahi hai. Pyareo, ek o patthar ja ke na mere Baba Fateh Singh ji de akh te lagi. Hit Baba Fateh Singh ji right in the eye. Par Baba Fateh Singh ji de hath banne hoye sige. Par Baba Fateh Singh ji ne see nahi uchri. They never cried. They took it. Their eye was bruised. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਭਰਾ 7-year-old Baba Zorawar Singh nu tars aaya. The older brother feels 7-year-old feels thirst for a 5-year-old and he says, can you at least let my brother rub his eyes? Can you at least let my brother, can you open his arms? So that karke apne akh nu mali sake ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਇੰਨਾ ਸੋਜ ਪਿਆ ਆ ਜਲਾਦਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਹੱਥ ਖੋਲੇ they opened Baba Fateh Singh ji's arms and Baba Fateh Singh ji ਜਦੋਂ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਮਲੀ ਨਾ when he rubbed his eyes immediately ਅੱਖਾਂ ਚੋਂ ਖੂਨ ਵਹਿਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ there's blood coming out there's blood on Baba Fateh Singh ji's hands there's blood coming out Baba Fateh Singh ji took that pebble but again Baba Fateh Singh ji did not cry Baba Fateh Singh ji did not scream and say stop I want out of here take me out of here they never did that what did they keep on saying that they knew who they are they focused their ਧਿਆਨ on that same ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਮੈਂ ਮਨ ਤੇਰੀ ਟੇਕ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਮੈਂ ਮਨ ਤੇਰੀ ਟੇਕ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ then history writes this they were hit with khamchiyan they were hit with whips metal whips they were hit with stones and flung then they were also hung upside down on a well when they were hung upside down to scare the Sahibzade and they're talking right in front of their face they're saying are you scared? We'll drop you right now. We'll drop you deep into the well. Blood is rushing to their head. But the Shote Sahibzade, Baba Fateh Singh, who already has an eye bruise, with their dhrita, they keep their focus on Sache Pacha. History even writes to the extent that the Shote Sahibzade's hands were fitted in between their fingers with cotton balls. And in with these cotton balls, they lit these cotton balls on fire that burned in between their fingers to scare the Sahibzade. So they would have to shake the fire off. And a 5 and 7-year-old still yet, they say, Maharaj, nahi Maharaj, we know who we are. We will never let our Sikhi dole. They kept on saying, Asi Guru Arjan Dev Ji di santan hai. Guru Tegh Bahadur Maharaj Ji de potre hai. Guru Kalgitar Paatshah Ji de Sahibzade hain. We are the Sahibzade of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. Mata Gujri Ji ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਇਹ ਦਿਨ ਲਾਗੇ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਆ 8 ਪੌਂ ਨੂੰ already ਚਮਕੌਰ ਦੀ ਗੜੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੱਡੇ ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦੇ ਨੇ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਪਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਆ and ਪਿਆਰਿਓ I want to highlight something else here. We're not only highlighting and looking at the Sahibzade. I want you to focus on just like if something happened to you, who would wonder? Who would be scared? Your mom? Your dad? Would your masi, would your dadi be scared? Would your dadi wonder what happened to you? ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਏਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਨਾ ਦਾਦੀ ਮਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਨਾਂ ਲਿਆ ਪਰ ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਨਾਨੀ ਵੀ ਯਾਦ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ Who is ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਨਾਨੀ? The mother of Mata Jito ji. She is all the way in Lahore. Mata Sabrai ji. ਪਿਆਰਿਓ there's a book that you can read. It's called Sat Aukhiyan Rata. The 7 difficult nights. We're talking about these days from the 6th of Pau all the way to the 13th. Those 7 nights, all she found out, she heard the news. There was no text or Facebook updates. She could find out exactly where Mata Gujari ji was. There was no location tracking. And Mad Dadi is with them watching all of this, but the Nani is wandering all the way in Lahore. Mere lal kite, she's already struggling because her daughter has already left. Kyunki Mata ji, she already left this world. She went to Sachkhand already. Kal vichar kiti si. But today, she has just heard the news. Acha Anandpur chhadna pya? What happened? Acha, fir sare mere bacche kithe ne? She's not only wondering about her son-in-law, who is Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, but she's also wondering about the ਵੱਡੇ ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦੇ, ਪਰ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਉਹ ਯਾਦ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਬਾਬਾ ਫਤਿਹ ਸਿੰਘ ਤੇ ਬਾਬਾ ਜ਼ੋਰਾਵਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ। ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, history writes that sometimes even ਜਦੋਂ ਲਾਹੌਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ the ਸੰਗਤ will gather around, and ਤਾਂ ਵੀ she was not able to focus internally. She's not able to find support. But ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, I would recommend you read that book and how Mata Sabrai ji, in through those 7 days, went into a much deeper place through spirituality. ਕਿਵੇਂ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸੁਰਤੀ ਜੋੜ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਸਰਾ ਪਾਇਆ. How she went deeper into that. Dadi Ma is standing right in front. She's watching the Sahibzade endure all of these things. Then they said, all right, we will need to brick them alive. When they're about to be bricked alive, they couldn't find anybody. They said, who is going to do it? All the soldiers began to step back. They said, do you know this is a sin? We can't go against our own dharma. Because Islam doesn't allow this. They sent all the way for Delhi. They found jailers who were willing to, and they agreed that you will be released if you allow this. Shashal Beg and Washal Beg. They were brought all the way from Delhi to Sarhand. They arrived and they began on the 13th of Po, Pyaryo. But before this, I want you to step back. That morning, Dadi Ma ji knows. Mata Gujari ji now knows that the Sahibzade are going to be bricked alive today. Last night, they had already told them. But they weren't able to find anybody that day. Koi labya nahi. So they said, we'll have to execute this tomorrow. The next day, the Sahibzade are leaving Dadi Ma, and the Dadi Ma knows, Mata Gujari ji knows that there was a day ਜਦੋਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਵੀ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਗਏ ਸੀ. My husband left me and he walked away. There was a day when we left Anandpur Sahib, there was that last moment I saw my beautiful Lal Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, my son, riding on a horse in one direction. There was that day on the 6th of Po when I saw my grandsons, Baba Ajit Singh, Baba Zorawar Singh, fighting on the other side of the caravans, fighting against the Mughals at the back, while we walked towards Sarsa Nadi. And today, Mata Gujari ji is knowing, she knows that these beautiful grandsons today, this might be the last time I see them walk away from me. She says to her grandsons, and we read this in history, Allah Yarkhan Yogi writes, से जाने से पहले तुमको गले से लगा तो लूं. Oh my grandsons, before you go, can I please give you a hug? जाने से पहले तुमको गले से लगा तो लूं. केसों को कंगी करूं, नन्हे से सिरों पर कलगी को सजा तो लूं. Can I put a little kalgi on? Can I comb your case? केसों को कंगी करूं, जरा मुंह धुला तो लूं. Can I wash your face at least? Because they were in the Thanda Burj. Where were they again? They weren't getting ensuite showers like we have nowadays. Can I please wash your face? नन्हे से सिरों पर कलगी को सजा तो लूं. मेरे प्यारे लाल जी, जाने से पहले तुमको दुल्हा बना तो लूं. Can I make you a groom? Can I wed you off? There is a wish every mother has when a child is born. Those of you that are young might not understand this. Every mother yearns to see that beautiful day when their son gets married. Every mother wants that. Every mother yearns for that day when their daughter is married, their child is getting married. Because now they're complete. They're an adult. They've grown up. They're self-sufficient. I've done my duty. They're their own family now. They yearn for that day of completion. And Dadi Ma is here saying that I was given all these responsibilities. Kal apan zikr kita siga to comb the case. Kesan de vich kangi main mardi rahi hai. Dumalle message aandi rahi hai. I was tying the dumalle on the Sahibzade. I was the person that read them Sakhiyan every night. I taught them how to read Gurbani. I taught them how to do their Nityanim. I would put them, I address them every morning. Those of you that have children, you know how you plan and you match your kids' outfits. Oh, I want these pants to be matching those shoes. I want this chunni to be matching this. The parents yearn for these beauties. And now Mata Gujri is saying, I've completed everything else, but this day, before you go, can I please make you a groom? Can I wed you off in this beautiful way? Jis marne te jag dare, mera man anand. We don't see death as anything fearful. Like I said, ab hum pehli benti kar hate hain. Pache kachu na hoega, jab sir par aave kaal. You don't know even if the next breath is promised, if death is on top of your head in this moment. If it's on top of your head right now. So what promises you? Your marriage in this world is not promised, my brothers and sisters. Your retirement is not promised. It doesn't matter how much you put into your retirement accounts. But there's one thing that is promised if you have come into the world, and that is that you will have to leave the world. But what do you do in these beautiful moments that you are here? This is not to put a scare tactic on you to say, oh my God, don't talk about death. Why not talk about death? The thing that is inevitable. Your graduation might not be promised. But this marriage is. And that's why, Pyareo, Gursikhs, whenever they would prepare for Shahidiyan, you see them dressed in their most beautiful gowns. They wear beautiful kesari dastara because they're going out into their marriage. They say, Maharaj, I'm marrying death. This is my marriage. Celebrate with me. Don't cry with me. Even Guru Amar Das Ji Sache Pacha, they say to their relatives, they say, if you cry, if you scream, if you pull your hair out, if you slap your chest when I die, then you will not be pleasing to me. What should we be doing? Na piche kirtan karyo nirbaan jiyo. You should, after me, you should be singing praises, doing kirtan. You should be doing katha after. Call the scholars and listen to the katha of the Creator. This is how we celebrate. मैं फिर जिक्र करा, मेरे लाल जी जाने से पहले तुमको दुल्हा बना तो लो. Can I make you into my dulha? Can I see you ride on a horse? Can I see you ride away on this beautiful chariot? She dresses the Sahibzade. She puts chole on them. But keep in mind, where is she actually getting beautiful chole from? It's in her heart. She ties the dastar. She combs the case. She kisses the beautiful lal. She takes kalgiyan, puts them on the seas of the Chote Sahibzade. And as they walk away, one on the left soldier, one on the right, one behind them. The Sahibzade, in their heart, they knew that they weren't going to falter. They walk towards that place where the bricks are being set up. As the bricks are being set up, they start from the feet. As they start climbing up from the feet, Pyareo, they get up to the shins. They keep on trying to scare the Sahibzade still. And I want to highlight something here, that normally if you are breaking a house, if you're making a house, and there's a brick that you have that doesn't really fit, what do? You cut the brick, right? And if the bricks are climbing up to the shins, there's a kneecap. And normally to go around a corner, you would break the brick to go around the kneecap. But Pyareo, there was no tars here. Instead of cutting the brick, they scraped off parts of the kneecap. They cut off the kneecap. They put the bricks over. As the bricks were going up to the thighs, Baba Fateh Singh and Baba Zorawar Singh kept on saying, we are the Santan of Guru Arjan Dev Ji, the Potre of Guru Tegh Bahadur Sache Pacha and the sons of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. They kept on saying this again and again and again. My question is, what do you identify as and where do you place your hopes? Tusi kithe aas rakhi hoi hai? What is your support when the world around you is not there anymore? Then what do you grab onto? As it goes onto their chest patio, the bricks would go up and it would fall. The bricks didn't even want to stay. The bricks wouldn't stay around. There was clouds that were coming, but there was no rain. The day was darkening, patio. History writes it was roughly midday, about 11:30, when all of this was taking place. In the morning. As the bricks were going up, they would fall down again. The bricks would go up, they would fall down again. There was one person, even though Shashal Beg and Avashal Beg are the ones putting the bricks, there was many other people that were handing them the bricks. One of those people that was handing them the bricks, he couldn't do this anymore. He dropped the bricks and he ran to Mata Gujri ji. He ran to Mata ji and he said, "Oh, Dadi Ma, tu kidda di maa aaya? What type of mother are you? What type of mother are you? Your son is lost, oh lapata, we don't know where he is. He's running around in the jungle somewhere. Your elder grandsons have become shaheed." Mataji knows, Mataji knew, because in her sleep, sitting on the Thanda Burj, she would close her eyes. She was able to see Chamgaur di Gadi. She was able to, in her eyes, she saw Baba Jujar Singh Ji running into the battlefield, being pierced with arrows. She saw Baba Ajit Singh Ji riding on a beautiful horse. And she viewed them get married as well. She watched Guru Kalgitar Pacha stand at the top of Chamkaur di Gadi with a smile on their face. Just sitting in the Thanda Burj, she was able to view all of this. This person went up and he says, "Dadi Ma, tu maa kaho jiya? We don't know where your son is. We don't know where the rest of your family is. Your house is in ruins. Anandpur Sahib is not established. It's completely ruined to the ground now. And you have these two Chote Sahibzade left. They have a life ahead of them. Inanu bachala, have some compassion. All you have to do is say, Islam Kabul hai. Just say it, just accept it. You can go back to whatever you want afterwards. All you have to do is say it. That's as simple as that, right? You just have to say it once. Say it once. And Dadi Ma, with courage, she steps up. I say, "Oh, get away from me. Tu apne malika na wafadar hounga." You might be somebody that is loyal to your malik. Tu apne malik di man, main apne malik di manti haan. You can follow the command of your malik, your master, Wazir Khan. He's telling you to give the bricks to apna kam kari chal. She says, I'm following the hukum, the command of my malik. And what is happening in front of you? Ehi meri malik di raza hai. This is what is happening in front of me. We might look at it and say, why is this good? Why is this bad? Why can't we step back from the picture and say, Maharaj, this is what pleased you, therefore it happened. And if Maharaj, it pleases you and pleases me, I place my hope just on you. Mataji steps back, pushes them aside, tells them, get out of my face. Don't tell me what to do and how to live my dharma. He goes back to handing the bricks. The bricks go all the way up, Pyareo. History writes that as the clouds darkened, without rain, the bricks eventually, as they covered the Sahibzade and came up, and the Sahibzade lost their breath. After some time, the bricks then fell over. Once the bricks fell over, the Sahibzade both fell out. They were on the ground with their chests on the ground. Wazir Khan asked, he said, is the Sahibzade still breathing? Is there breath? One of the executioners said that there is a little bit of breath. They're only unconscious right now. There's still a little bit of breath. As then Wazir Khan said, then ziba kar do. Go and Slit their throats. Zibha means just from the front, just slit them. Make sure their prawn are out. Make sure they don't get up, because they said that they will create hurricanes upon us. We can't let this small little wind turn into a storm. So those executioners put their knees on the backs of the Sahibzade. They pulled out their small little shuriya. And they put them on the necks of the Sahibzade. They slit the throats, pyareo. And in our history it writes this. Baba Zorawar Singh ji ke praan khande ke saath beg chhut gaye. Fateh Singh ji aad gadi charan marte rahe. What that means is, Baba Zorawar Singh ji, their foot was moving as they slit the throat. As soon as they slit, within a minute or two, Baba Zorawar Singh ji's breath left. But Baba Fateh Singh ji, as the throat was slit, as blood was rolling down their chest, for 12 minutes, Baba Fateh Singh ji's foot was shaking. For 12 minutes, Baba Fateh Singh ji aad gadi charan marte rahe. Their foot was shaking in this. When the breath left, Mata Gujri ji, she's knowing all of this, seeing all of this. Just like she promised when Baba Fateh Singh ji asked Mata ji, Sadi maan kithe hai? Where is our mother? Cha Sachkhand chale gayi hai dadi ji, fir sanu tusi Sachkhand leke jaonge? She said, yes, I will fulfill that seva as well. Then Dadi Maan ji ne andar surti dhyan la ke, as she focused her consciousness on Akal Purkh, Sache Pacha, and she knew how to merge. Dadi Maan fulfilled her seva within this world, and she left her body. Pyareo, the Chote Sahibzade and Mataji, they merged with that Creator. They arrived into the beautiful Darbar of Akal Purkh. As their faces glow, we think, oh, they must be like us. No, that they weren't. How much bhakti, how much seva must they have done? We've heard the Sakhiya year after year after year. Yes, sevadars at the time, thanu kal bhi dasya jehda Moti Ram Mehra ji, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਛੋਟੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਨਾਲ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਕੋਲੂ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਇਆ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ. The entire family was pressed into oil, Moti Ram Mehra, just for feeding milk. On this side, as this is happening, Diwan Todramal arrives. He looks at this tarti, he looks on the ground, and he says, can I buy this land? Because Wazir Khan said nobody is allowed to touch the bodies. They want the world to see that this is what happens when you go against the hukumat. Todramal ji arrives and he says that I want to buy this piece of land. They said, no, you have to, if you want to buy this piece of land, then you must pay up. How much money do you want? I'm willing to give it. Wazir Khan named an impossible amount. Impossible amount. He said you have to lay this entire piece of land. It was just a small amount. You have to lay this piece of land with gold coins. And if you can cover the entire land with gold coins, you can have it. Diwan Todramal starts placing the gold coins on the ground, flat. And Wazir Khan says, not like that. I want them standing up. Imagine gold coins stacked side by side all across a piece of land. And that today is worth billions and billions. At that time, we don't know how much the amount was. Today, it would be worth billions. Till today, it's still the most expensive piece of real estate till today. That place is still today known as Gurdwara Jyoti Swarup. The place where the Sahibzade merged is right there. When you go to Fatehgarh Sahib, you will see the place, and there's a Gurdwara Sahib there where the Thanda Burj was. Then on the other side, right in front of that, you see Gurdwara Jyoti Swarup. That is the place with the Chote Sahibzade, where they merged with the Creator. That piece of land till today is the most expensive piece of real estate in the entire world. And Diwan Todramal, he laid down those coins, purchased it. If you look into the documents, that piece of land is still not under the government of Fatehgarh Sahib. It is still under the village of Diwan Todermal, who still own that piece of land of the Gurdwara Sahib. Pyareo, main ek benti karan, this path that we walk, when all of this occurred, the entire Sarhand is quiet. Nobody has any idea what to say. People knew that this was the utmost visualization they can ever exceed, that how low Sarhand can fall. They knew that this was not righteous. People were quiet. Word spread, and there was a person by the name of Nura Mahi. During this time, Kalgitar Pacha went through Machiwada. Baba Daya Singh ji found them. They arrived. Pyareo, sab kuch karke Guru Kalgitar Pacha is seated, and from a distance, one of the Singhs is at the top of the trees and he's looking. And Kalgitar Pacha is saying, Nura Mahi aaya ki nahi halle? Has Nura Mahi arrived? Can somebody give me a message of Nura Mahi? Is he coming? Is there a messenger? Even though Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj already knows. But Pyareo, this is what I want to highlight, what this true experience really is about. Of knowing that Maharaj Sache Pacha, you sit and you watch this entire play. Ape dekh back tamasha Maharaj Tanya. Tan Baba Fateh Singh Ji. Tan Baba Zorawar Singh Ji. Tan Baba Jujar Singh Ji. Tan Baba Ajit Singh Ji. Tan Tan Mata Gujri Ji. Tan Tan Shri Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. Nura Mahi arrived, the Singhs say, Maharaj aa rahe hai. There's somebody coming in the distance. Nura Mahi arrives. And he arrives, as soon as he meets Maharaj, he falls to his knees. And Guru Kalgitar Pacha, they look at Nura Mahi and say, Nuria, das mere lana da ki haal hai? Koi khabar leandi hai? Have you brought some news to me? What happened to my Sahibzade? What happened? Tell me this story. And as he was crying and tears are flowing from his eyes, Alidwale Singhan nu bhi pata lag gaya that something must have happened. They're tearing up. Nura Mahi puts his hands on his eyes and he cries and he says, Maharaj, I can't say it. Maharaj, you already know. Why are you making me say it? And Kalgitar Pacha, without a tear in their eye, no tears, they say, Nura Mahi, das. I want to hear it from you. Tell me what happened to my Sahibzade. Nura Mahi cries. He tells the entire prasang that this is how all of this took place. The Singhs there, they fall at the feet and they look at Maharaj and they say, Maharaj, with tears in their eyes, say, Maharaj, how can you not have any tears in your eyes? How can you watch all of this? Maharaj, Maharaj, how are you beyond this? To the extreme level of emotion that this world has to offer you, that the human experience can give you. Maharaj, you were still beyond this? And Guru Kalgitar Pacha, they had a teer in their hand. And they were flicking with a little plant. They flicked that plant. The weeds came out. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji said that ਹੁਣ ਇਹ ਹਕੂਮਤ ਦੀ ਜੜ ਪੁੱਟੀ ਗਈ ਹੈ. That the roots of this tyrant rule have been uprooted now. My Baba Zorawar Singh and Baba Fateh Singh Ji have completed that. It has been uprooted. And Pyareo, Sama Pake, you guys know this as well. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj wrote the Zafarnama, the letter of victory. And you might think this is a sad story, that Guru Gobind Singh Ji lost a battle. Know this, that Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj fought 14 battles in their physical lifetime. Maharaj won every single one of those battles. Maharaj never lost the battle of Jamgar di Gadi. Why? Because Maharaj, their goal was to capture Maharaj. Maharaj, when he wasn't captured, they were victorious. Every battle that Maharaj Sache Pacha took place in, Maharaj won. And then they wrote to Aurangzeb, they wrote the Zafarnama. They talked about the Creator. And in this, because Aurangzeb was probably sitting there and thinking, I have won. I know everything. I've destroyed. Yet I still wasn't able to get my hands on Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Guru Kalgitar Pacha writes, Chiha shodh pe choon, bachga kush teh char, ke baki bamanda hai, Pechije mar. That you think that you've killed my 4 Sahibzade? You think. And you said that in order to get to the bigger snake, you will kill the smaller snakes. You said, by killing the snakes, you will get rid of us. Tu hale chari mare. Who cares if you killed 4 more? Guru Kalgitar Pacha says, they said there's one cobra that you were not able to get to. Ek hor sap and is still coiled up. It sits coiled up with its hood strong. Inde halle mera ek putra bache aaya. There is one son of mine that you haven't even come close to and still lives and will continue to live. Guru Gobind Singh Ji writes in this Zafarnama. And Maharaj Sache Pacha is referring to you. They're referring to the Khalsa, their 5th son. Maharaj Sache Pacha says, you heard these words before. Say them with me. Char muhe to kya hua? Jeevat kai hajar. Are you not a part of that? If Baba Fateh Singh Ji was able to put their hope in us, in Akal Purkh Sache Pacha, then why do you waver today? Why don't you place your hopes on Sache Pacha in the same way? Why don't you live it? Why don't you breathe it? Pyaro, inni drita, I know time as it goes on, Baba Banda Singh Ji, they are so struck with this history, this ityas. They gather up arms, they go in, and the person that took out Wazir Khan in that battle, that person's name was also Fateh Singh. Fateh Singh said, you tried to take out the Fateh, but know this Fateh will always remain. You said to Baba Fateh Singh Ji that you will not be able to say Fateh here. Here you say Salam, and Fateh Singh, as he runs towards Wazir Khan with his sword, he says, oh Wazir Khan, you tried to take out the Fateh, now this Fateh will take you out. This itihas that we live, Gursikhs afterwards lived. We see the dhrita. History writes that when Baba Subeg Singh and Baba Sahbaz Singh, when they were separated, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤਸ਼ੱਦਦ ਕਰਨਾ, we're going to give them ਤਸੀਹੇ, ਇੱਕ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਸੰਗਤ ਕਰਕੇ ਬੜੀ ਦ੍ਰਿੜਤਾ ਦੱਸ ਰਹੇ ਆ. They're saying they have a lot of courage and compassion. They keep inspiring each other. Separate them. They told the father, said, ਤੇਰਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਮੰਨ ਗਿਆ ਆ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨ ਬਣਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ. Your child is accepted. The father has so much faith in his child and says, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਆ, ਮੇਰੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਓ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਮੰਨੂਗਾ. He laughed at them, said, you are lying. That's not even possible. They went to the son and they said, your father is accepted. And he says, there's no way that's possible. My father would accept death before even listening to you. Do you have that faith? Or do you get distracted and faltered by something false? Maharaj Sache Pacha says the golden palaces that we strive to have, they may not remind us of the Creator. Moti ta mandir usre, ratni hoye jadao. Kastur kungu agar chandan leap aave chao. Mat dekh pula visre tera jitna aave na. Maharaj, halle bhi thoda ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਸੋਹਣੀਆਂ ਸੋਹਣੀਆਂ ਮਠਿਆਈਆਂ ਖੇਡਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਨਾਮ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ. Do we not remember to do our Simran? Do we not remember to do our Nityanim? And as we will continue living this life, Maharaj, how many breaths and jewels of ours are we throwing away? Heere jaisa janam hai, kodi badle jaye. Don't waste it away. Plow your fields, plant the seeds of Naam, and in these days when you remember the Chote Sahibzade, remember, live that life. It doesn't matter how great you think you might be. Oh, it's not a kid's story. It's not a children's story. This is something you live. Remember those petals and the stones hitting the eye of my Baba Fateh Singh. Remember those whips hitting their back. Remember them being hung upside down. Remember them being bricked alive. And yet all of them just having a smile on their face and saying, we place our hope on the Creator. Main man teri take mere pyare. Main man teri take. Before I go on too long, I want you to sit with your closed eyes. Fir aapa ohi pangtiyan gauniyan pyareo. Close your eyes. Sit with your mind. Your mind is ready, prepared. See the Sahibzade in front. Do you not want to walk into a Darbar one day and see Baba Ajit Singh Ji, Baba Jujar Singh Ji, Baba Fateh Singh Ji, Baba Zorawar Singh Ji stand in front of you and welcome you into Sachkhand? Do you not want them to say, oh my brother, oh my sister, you have lived a life just like us. Come and sit beside us. Come and embrace us. Do you not visualize Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj saying, oh, come, my brother, come, my child? Do you not visualize Mata Sahib Devan Ji embracing you in a hug? With that prem and that love inside of you, that creator that is omnipresent existing within you, place your hope on that. There's nothing stronger in this world, my brothers and sisters. There's nothing greater than this. This power of Naam, this power of the creator that exists within you. So close your eyes, sit with your back straight, and sing with the love. Sing with love. Forget the world. Don't worry about how cold it is, how late it is, if your knees hurt, gode dukhan, na dukhan. Who cares? None of that matters anymore. Leave this body behind. मैं मन तेरी टेक मेरे प्यारे, मैं मन तेरी टेक, मैं मन तेरी टेक मेरे प्यारे, मैं मन तेरी टेक, मैं मन तेरी टेक मेरे प्यारे, मैं मन तेरी टेक, अवर सियाणपा बिरथियां प्यारे, अवर सियाणपा बिरथियां. Gangu tried all of the siyanpa. He tried all of them and they all were worthless. Avar siyanpa birthiyan pyare, avar siyanpa birthiyan pyare. Rakhan ko tum ek, राखण को तुम एक, राखण को तुम एक, राखण को तुम एक, मैं मन तेरी टेक मेरे प्यारे, मैं मन तेरी टेक, मैं मन तेरी टेक मेरे प्यारे, मैं मन तेरी टेक, मैं मन तेरी टेक मेरे प्यारे, मैं मन तेरी टेक, अवर सियाणपा बिरथियां प्यारे, अवर सियाणपा बिरथियां प्यारे, राखण को तुम एक, राखण को तुम एक, मैं मन तेरी टेक मेरे प्यारे, मैं मन तेरी टेक, मैं मन तेरी टेक मेरे प्यारे, मैं मन तेरी टेक. One more time. मैं मन तेरी टेक मेरे प्यारे, मैं मन तेरी टेक. गुरु रूप गुरु प्यारी साध संगत जी, ਇਹ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਦੀ ਕਥਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਵਿਚਾਰਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਏਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਨੇਕ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਦੀਆਂ ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਚੁੱਕਾਂ ਗਲਤੀਆਂ ਹੋ ਗਈਆਂ ਹਨ. ਆਪ ਜੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਰੂਪ ਹੋ ਅਣਜਾਣ ਅਣਜਾਣ ਬੱਚਾ ਸਮਝ ਕੇ ਮਾਫ ਕਰ ਦੇਣਾ ਜੀ if I said anything wrong if I said anything outside that might have hurt your hearts please have the compassion to forgive me because when we do this ityas like I said yesterday as well there's this fear that one day we might have to face those sahibzade and we have to say that ਕੱਲੇ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹਿ ਗਏ do we actually live the lives associated with the ability to share this ityas so Maharaj ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਨ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਤੇ we're able to not just learn and listen to this history but actually implement it and live the same lives they lived take us to those same spiritual heights that Sache Pacha intended us on this path and marg of Sikhi ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਚੁੱਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਖਿਮਾ ਸਾਰੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਗੱਜ ਵੱਜ ਕੇ ਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾਓ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
Palestinian men. The army says more than 700 people with alleged ties to militant groups have been. And a national day of mourning is being held in the aftermath of the country's worst mass killing in history.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਇੱਕ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਨਗੇ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਹੁਣਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਭਾਈ ਹਰਮਨ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਹੁਣਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਦਿਓ ਜੀ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਰਪੰਚ ਦੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਜੀ ਮਿਹਰਬਾਨੀ ਜੀ
When a gunman opened fire at a university in the heart of crime. From the Global News Desk, I'm Alex Foster. Warning, the following program contains graphic content that some may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. Overcoming obstacles, celebrating perseverance, inspiring you to achieve your personal goals.
ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਲ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਕਿ ਸਾਰੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਰਹਿਣ ਜੀ ਲੰਗਰ ਦੁੱਧ ਤੇ ਡਿਜ਼ਰਟ ਦਾ ਲੰਗਰ ਤਿਆਰ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਥੋੜੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਲਈ ਬੈਠੇ ਰਹੋ ਤੇ ਸੇਵਾਦਾਰ ਬਾਹਰ ਤਿਆਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਲਗੇ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
But it's up there. It's right up there. It's more than it's more than you probably guess if you looked at my picture. I'm just saying we had a really good photographer in the studio here.